What's poppin', everyone? Welcome to another episode of Remember When. My name is Jose. With me today are my boys Mir and Giant. Say what's up, guys.
What's good, y'all?
What's up, y'all?
What's poppin', boys?
What's poppin'?
Yo. So, quick question. Did you guys have a favorite toy growing up? Or action figure? Or toy set? Because for us, I think we grew up in a time of toy sets. Like for example, Hot Wheels, right? It's not just the Hot Wheel toy, right? We had like loops and all that and like those crazy tracks with Hot Wheels. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if maybe a set instead.
See, as a kid, because I had a wild ass imagination, all them army dudes. Like all the army dudes, especially the ones that came with there's like only a few of them that had them, but it's like the ones that came with the parachute, so I'd be tossing that shit off the fucking stairway.
You mean the ones for like 25 tickets at the Funplex?
Yeah, literally all of them like little green army dudes, like the toy soldiers. I would always be like going around the house making like scenarios and shit, be like, oh man, this is like team 1 versus team 2. Who's gonna fucking win? And be like, blah, blah, blah. I had a good imagination as a kid. That was probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's what's kind of crazy thinking about is that like that entertained us, just being like, whoa, like what's the setting? Like, you know what I mean? Nowadays, if you give that to a kid, they're just gonna be like, what's this?
Yeah, that doesn't even fire, doesn't even shoot actual like bullets. What is this? But
no. Like it doesn't fly on its own. Where's the drone? Yeah, my little boy, if you don't. How about you, Amir? Did you have like favorite toy or toy set?
I used to mess with like the G.I. Joe figurines a lot. Like I had Snake Eyes and a whole bunch of basically all the ninjas and anybody with a blade, basically. I always thought it was cool, and like, you know, we didn't have like a iPhone or something like that was handheld to like easy do imagination for you, so that shit was cool at the time.
I still got one of your G.I. Joe figurines back at Mom's place.
I'm not surprised. Which one is it? Like
it's the army dude,
it's
but
the black dude.
There's the black dude who had like the Gatling gun and shit, and then there's the other dude who kind of looked like the main character from Small Soldiers.
Chip Hazard.
Yeah, Chip Hazard, and like his like face was like ripped off.
Yo, shout out Chip Hazard for Toy Soldiers.
Bro, that poor figurine is gone, bro. You're not gonna want to see it.
It's okay, I didn't want to.
Good, it's good.
Yo, I actually love that movie, Toy Soldiers. I think that's slept on.
Barbie scene is fucked up. That shit was weird.
That's true. That's right. I like it more than Toy Story.
Yeah, I was more scared of that than Chucky.
Yeah, I mean, imagine toys coming to life and trying to, fuck you up.
Just holding scissor pieces individually, running at you.
See, as a kid, that's terrifying. As an adult, it's like, what the fuck is that? Punk that motherfucker. That ain't shit. That's why I never got scared. I never got scared of Chucky growing up, bro.
No?
Once he became a teenager, he's like, man, fuck Chucky. I could toss that motherfucker out the window.
You're just like, I'll just punt him.
Yeah, literally. I played football, bro. I could like literally just tackle that motherfucker down.
You gonna tackle a little kid?
Tackle a fucking
doll.
Yeah, the dog. Tackle the kid.
He said the same shit applies. I kick them, they move.
Yeah, literally, I'll kick that motherfucker in the head. It's so fucking easy.
Well, I'm so glad you're fearless.
Yeah, I'm not scared of that motherfucker.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be scared.
I shouldn't be scared of that shit.
Show him who's boss. Show him your chest.
Only thing I was scared about was clowns from Ghost Rider.
Yeah, what, huh?
From the Ghost Rider video game. Because back in the day, Miro played Ghost Rider, the video game, on PS2, and there was a certain clown enemy that scared the shit out of me. It scared me so badly that I ended up having a nightmare. And it was literally like I was sleeping in the Mirror's room at the time. And literally I woke up and coming out the hallway was a mirror with 2 swords with the clown face going like, I was like, ah! And then I fucking woke up, bro. Like, that was the most horrifying shit I've ever encountered in a dream as a kid, bro. I hated that shit.
Bro, I remember one time I caught him in his room and I turned off the lights and I started moving like the clown. This nigga got so like, you know when it's like fight, flight, or freeze? This man collapsed to the ground and froze. Like, he didn't.
Jesus. So did you guys also have Bionicles growing up?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we did.
Not all of them, though. We ain't that rich.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
So did you guys know that Bionicles are thought of as the toy that saved the Lego company?
See, that's surprising, too, because I thought Legos was, like, popping.
So that's what I thought, too. And as I was, like, looking at researching Bionicle, being like, oh yeah, like what are the different figures and whatnot. Like there's this whole article being like, yeah, but Lego was like down in the dumps at the time. They said, especially for example, we know Lego Star Wars, huge part of our childhood, right?
Mhm.
So those license or brand agreements and deals, those licensing costs were so high that
Yeah.
Lego wasn't really bringing in any money, especially as like Star Wars were starting to become like a little irrelevant. Like obviously the games were still popping and whatnot, but like with gaps in between movies and all that stuff, that the prices and the costs, the profits were all going down. And so even though they had, they were covering every single shelf in America, they were getting hit really hard. So they needed to come up with an original idea, right? So they did take a page out of the book of Star Wars, how they had to create an immersive world and experience. And after, a couple of predecessor like archetypes of Bionicle, they end up landing on Bionicle. And so the year that they came out, I think Bionicle made the Lego company $160 million, and 100% of their profits that year came all from Bionicle.
God damn.
Not from any other toy line. Isn't that insane? 100%, bro.
I mean, it was revolutionary. Like some of the way like the Bionicle toys were, and like how like you can literally interact with them, and they like had flexibility with how they were made. I mean, it wasn't like most toys back then where everything was so rigid. Like the figurines I just mentioned, bro. Like you could barely move them hoes at all.
It was like you could barely move them, or he had like some the toy sets that I had when I was a kid. Like I literally had like a mini school bus of fucking Legos, and it's just blocks, like little bricks and shit. And like, what are you gonna do with the brick? You make city. That's literally all I did. I'll play with I would literally take the army men that I said I would play with, make cities, and then have like fights into them. And I could destroy them shits. But like after a while, especially after you grow up a little bit, you're like, man, what the fuck are these bricks for? Like, you can't really do much with this shit. So I'm not surprised that Bionicle ended up saving them in the end. That's crazy. Like,
yeah, it's because with Bionicle, like I was saying, is that they realized that they needed to create Lego needed to create their own products, right? Beyond just the brick and beyond like these licensing and brand agreements. So Bionicle is like their product.
Let's give this brick a story.
Let's give this brick a story. Let's name it.
Value.
Put googly eyes on it. This brick, his name is Reddy. He had a tragic backstory. His mother died in the war.
In the war.
In the war. His mother was a blue brick. His father was a green brick.
The Brick Wars.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I remember hearing about that in history. That's crazy.
That's low-key what they did with the color scheme and all that. This nigga's from the red place, so he's red.
Red is fire. Green is earth. Brown is rock.
Pink is heart power. Shout out Captain Planet.
Do you guys know what Bionicle is short for, or what like?
Yeah, I'm about to ask. Like, I know
it's an acronym.
Yeah, it has to be
sort of,
because immediately I think biological.
Yeah,
but inical, no. I fucked up that whole shit. Bionicle. What's Nicole? What is that part? Nicole.
It literally just means chronicle. Biological chronicle.
I thought it was gonna be mechanical or some shit.
You see, well, that apparently what I saw is that it also means, or like that just happened to be a coincidence that it rhymed with mechanical, and so they were like, yeah, let's just roll with it. So,
Bionicle.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably more layers to that, to be honest, but
probably not. But
maybe.
But what are they technically? Like, not the toys in itself, but like when they were like in like the shows and like the little like media that they presented in like the games. What are they?
So like, what exactly are the Bionicle creatures? That's basically it. They're their own species. They're so
androids.
I mean, practically, I guess.
So it's basically. They're just human. I don't think they're seen as robots. Like, I think that they're still seen as Lego in a sense. Not the way that Lego products currently see themselves. How like Lego products nowadays have like a huge self-awareness where they're just like, yeah, we're Legos. If you punch my head, I can just go like, yeah.
Did
not to that degree.
Put any Bionicle in the Lego movie?
I don't think so.
I think they.
Did they?
I'd like to say they referenced it. I like to say they referenced it.
No, they did. They did. There was like a thing where they said like, "Oh, these are the rejects that we don't talk about anymore." I think it was. And I think literally
they disrespected it like that. Oh man, I must have missed that.
I remember that because Bionicles only lasted for like.
So they saw
2010s?
2010 or it's either I think it was either 2009 or 2010. That's when they were done. They did get a resurgence, I think, in the past like few years with a Netflix special or something like that.
Well, I never heard
Bro,
of it.
wasn't there like 3 GameCube games or some shit?
Yeah, there were video games on Bionicle.
I remember seeing them like in GameStop and all that.
I actually think I have one in my storage.
I know for a
right
fact
now.
you had one game
Yeah.
on the GameCube, but we
Yeah,
never
on the
played
GameCube.
it.
Yeah, we never.
We
touched
never
it.
played it.
Yeah.
Probably good for
One of
good
those
reason.
things where like found out probably Columbus and just went in the stack. Yeah,
Fuck it, why not?
yeah.
We have Bionicles.
Yeah.
Oh, stuck right next to Shadow Hedgehog.
But yeah, in 2001, it was actually it won toy or most innovative toy of the year.
Yeah, good for them. You know,
Yeah. Well, so if you really thought about it, because didn't they use? You guys can correct me if I'm remembering incorrectly, but they had like a ball and socket type of like joint system to them.
Yeah.
Right. It was like a pivot like ball system,
Mhm.
which I think. Yeah, that was kind of innovative because, like you said, most toys were like stiff, right? So now
Very
you can get
rigid.
full range of motion with your Bionicle or with your little character or whatnot. And I think that is pretty cool. There's something to be said about that.
I think the coolest part that probably won it the innovative was like that whole like back function that they had.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
the ice one or whatever, he had like little claws, so like when you turn like the little wheel on the back, you could see this man actually using his arms and
Yeah.
all that. And I mean, you could position them in multiple ways. So like for people like Johnny that grew up like making his own city, and then now you got an actual movable toy rather than like the toy soldier that stay like these.
like like literally put in prone position, go like.
Or you got that booty ass parachute soldier that never flies.
Yeah, but it's only stuck in one position, so it's like going like it falls down like this, and you gotta change it out with like a different soldier or some shit. But it's cool though because like you could literally take like the red one, take off its arms and legs and shit, and then put on like the green one or some shit. Like that's as a kid, I'll blow my mind because like I get to customize my own dudes. They even had like the other ones, like they had the
You Megazordin Bionicles.
yeah.
You're crazy. But at the same time, that I could see that being pretty cool. Though.
As a kid, that's pretty lit.
Yeah.
And they even had the I don't know if it was like the second series or like because there was like multiple different
Yeah,
series
multiple
of fucking
series.
Bionicles. Like
Yeah.
you had the base series with like the main 6 elemental guys. Then you had the like the bugs, like called the Boroks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were like, imagine like literally
Weren't
like
they the villains?
yeah, they were like the villains of them, and like imagine like a predator mask. And it's like you can remove the mask, but they're also like you could crawl up in like a like the droideca. Like you could make them like you could turn them into like a droideca form and like have them roll and shit. Like that was pretty cool. And they had the like the underwater variety where literally like it would be like stick your Bionicle underwater and then shoot it with and then you can still shoot with the blaster. And it's like okay, that's cool. Where am I gonna do that at? In my bathtub? Like you do in the swimming pool and then lose my fucking shots in the bottom of the pool?
Remember when they inspired Sonic Riders with that little metal plate that they had at the bottom?
Oh yeah. They had the fucking metal plate, and you're like, okay, this is nice. This is pretty much used for displaying that shit.
I thought the coolest thing was the packaging for Bionicle. The
That
little
packaging
cylinders
went
or whatnot.
hard.
Well, especially, I think it just stood out from
It made
any
it
other
look so
packaging
cool.
I've ever seen, like for any other toy product. Like it literally looked like you were about to enter like a whole new world, and just like it looked like it was going to be the future of toys. Legitimately, when that came out on the shelves, you see like a cylindrical tube with honestly the artwork for Bionicle. I don't know who the artist is, but they always went ham on their artwork. The artwork in Bionicle, they murdered it. How they sold those toys so hard, I'll never know. I'll never know.
It's good too because like with most toys, you already get to see it, but it's like with the cylindrical, it's like you see it, but you don't know what it really looks like. So you got to be like, what's in it? What is it really gonna look like when I open up that cylinder? And either you're gonna be like, holy shit, or you can be like, man, this looks like garbage. I don't want this shit. No, I'm never gonna get another toy till like next month.
Either way, Lego got your money. They being saved.
Bro, Lego must have got cheap somewhere around because remember they had the mini joints that came out?
Yeah.
Because there was the full-on Bionicle ones that was like, hand size, and then you got the mini
Yeah.
joints that's like half. It's like the child version.
Wasn't it like the McDonald's version or some shit, or was it like a separate toy line?
Yeah, McDonald's had their
Mhm.
own little mini Bionicle. I mean, like literally yay big. They were so small. But yeah, they had their own little line of Bionicle with Happy Meal toys.
Man, have y'all ever kept up with the lore of Bionicle?
No.
Neither have I.
No. I did see, I believe it was 2003 or sometime in the early 2000s, that kid did come out with a movie called The Mask of Light.
Yeah.
I remember watching that movie, and I remember, liking it for the most part. Nothing really stands out in my memory about like how good it was. It seemed like a pretty simple plot where they literally had to find the Mask of Light and, save the day and all that.
Yeah, before we start, before we sit down and record, I was like, you know what? I've heard every time I hear about Bionicle, I always hear about like, oh man, that lore is gonna be that lore goes crazy for a children's toy line. I was like, you know what? And I found a video on YouTube. And it's like the Bionicle history and narrated like the complete history of it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. While I try to go to bed, let me just listen to this shit. It's not even that long. I literally fell asleep and forgot all of it, bro. I was like, man, it's cool for a children's toy line. But as an adult, I'm not fucking interested.
So, you know what's crazy for me when I think of Bionicle? I don't know if you guys have ever watched this, but you know the song "Move Along," where they're like, "Oh, you gotta keep it strong," like you know that song, right? They had a music video, but it was like all Bionicle. I remember seeing that like so many years ago. So like it's just Bionicles in the music video, but with the song over it. And I remember seeing that. So like whenever I think of Bionicle, I always think of that song "Move Along." I'm like, I don't know.
You see it on TV or on YouTube?
I remember seeing it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's literally like it's literally an AMV.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Crawling in my skins with fucking Trunks going Super Saiyan. Like literally that type of vibe.
Yikes.
Them Flash game days.
So I think that was one of the coolest things about Bionicle is that I don't know if you guys remember how intertwined it was with it being online as well. Like how there's some of the packaging that if you like, for example, put it in the freezer or whatnot, then you like you can get like one code off of it, and then you can enter the code on the website.
You put it in the freezer?
The container, not the toy. So I mean, I guess you could do both if you wanted to.
You still put the container in the freezer?
Yeah.
What kind of fucking I've never heard of something like this.
Maybe that's why it was so expensive. Our greedy ass just wanted to open that bitch and threw out the packaging as soon as
Yeah, no, they were always throwing bonuses like that because I'm pretty sure like even behind the mask, they would also have codes that you can enter in the website, stuff like that.
Shit. So
yeah, so it was literally like a whole like multimedia world building, not just a toy line, like TV, website, flash games, like a whole like website and all that. So that's why I think it's so crazy. Have you guys ever even seen that they have comic books too?
Yeah, I've seen they have comic books.
The artwork for that, I can't stop praising the artwork, but the artwork for their comic books, bro, it actually goes crazy. I don't know who's doing this, but props to you.
Maybe I should read the comics instead of reading like an audiobook or some shit, bro. Because maybe with visuals, it actually looks kind of cool.
How are you going to buy these comics? I
don't fucking know. Maybe I'll go on eBay. If they're like over 100
You're going to be so tight when somebody's like, what's this guy bidding? Nah. This is worth 200, 2K.
200? Oh, hell nah. There better be online scams of that shit.
Bro, save your money. You should not be spending money on Bionicle.
Hell the fuck no. If I'm spending more than $2 on some damn Bionicle comic books, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, absolutely not. They're probably out there somewhere. Honestly, probably somebody is probably selling them for like dirt cheap because like, why you got a Bionicle comic book collection?
Yeah. Hey, but shout out Bionicle. They the reasons why Lego be charging disgusting prices for what they got now. They acting diffy. It's not like when they were below before.
Yeah, when you get up high and mighty, you change up on them.
Last year they was bumming.
You guys ever see the Bionicle Nike shoes?
They had Bionicle Nike
shoes?
So it's like
ugly.
the top of the shoe is a mask. And yeah. And so you can take off the mask off the top of the shoe. How crazy is that? I don't know how much they go for right now. I could give that a quick
I need that mask to look way cooler.
If I was back in elementary school, I'd rock that black and red design.
I'm gonna try to see how much
only in
that
elementary
goes
school.
For.
If I go to middle school,
I was about to say it's over for you if you take those to middle school.
Them shoes are up, bro.
I'd have to wear a mask myself.
Let me see.
Take off the mask on the shoe and put it on your face.
They gonna know it's me by my shoe.
It's probably not gonna fit your face. Them shoes probably tiny as hell.
Jeez, yo.
I'm gonna look like a Bionicle shredder, bro.
Hold on. This person isn't even selling the shoe. He's only selling the pieces that go on the shoe.
Yeah.
For $55.
$55.
Not even the actual shoe that comes with it. Just the pieces that
That looks like the front end of a plastic crock.
That's not even worth fucking like $3.
What are you charging me $55 for?
Bro, you're not even giving him the fucking shoe.
Bro, this man's gonna give me a Skechers shape up, put them parts on them.
Jesus. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one person is selling that for $100 used.
For the shoe?
Yeah, for the shoe.
What size?
a woman's size 8.5.
8.5? Ooh.
And the picture that they have for it is like a robot arm that's holding it out. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so Bionicle Nike shoes. If you have a pair,
You can get your daughter a gift, get her some Bionicle Nike shoes.
you know, get a little bit of that drip.
And as Jose said, there's an amputee that's selling their shoes. So
Why had to be an amputee?
he said it was a robot arm.
Oh, fuck.
So, do you guys know what the basic premise of the lore of Bionicle? Just the very like bare bone roots of it.
See, the only thing I gathered from the audiobook I fell asleep on, there's like 6 main warriors. I think the main dude's name is like Toa. I think his name is Toa.
Krakatoa.
Krakatoa. I mean,
Yeah, so that's the name of the core group, the 6 warriors. The Toa.
they're all named the Toa.
Yeah, so collectively they make the Toa.
Gotcha.
Each of them have their own individual names.
You Toa, me Toa.
She Toa. Like literally the only thing else I remember is that there was a giant robot from like 5,000 years ago that like surveyed the universe or some shit, fell down, it became dormant, and then the Toa come over, and then they have to beat up this big ass Megatron motherfucker. The giant robot comes back, and then there's like 2 moons, like a forest moon and a fucking ocean moon, and then I think they beat his ass. That's all I remember, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like that's it.
So what you described is Transformers meets Moana.
Yeah.
No, so that's legit. It like legitimately is that they're literally on a place called Mata Nui. Sounds familiar.
Ooh, very Polynesian.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy that you say that. You know, actually, I can't put respect on unfortunately the name of the tribe or like the indigenous group of like whose language it comes from. But I know they did actually have a problem with Lego about like saying that some of the names that they had given to the Bionicle warriors were disrespectful in a sense. Like one of them was like, I forgot which character it is, but they were like, oh, so to us, like that means like a shaman, and you're saying it's just a water boy. You know, that they were like, so like
With a water blade.
yeah.
So now I'm imagining just a bunch of Samoans like pulling up on Lego Company and just like an army of them. Be like, get your headmaster down here.
Hell nah. If they doing a shock outside, I'm cool.
It's like, all right, you win this lawsuit, we'll change the name. Damn.
Did you guys have a favorite Bionicle toy?
I was obsessed with like anything red, so I like the fire one.
I like the one that blasted. Yeah, the 6-shooter blaster. Put it underwater.
Oh yeah, the water one. I think I remember the green one the most with like the axe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one. I mean, honestly, they were all actually kind of cool designs. They were pretty neat. But would you guys want to see Bionicle come back?
No.
Well, it seems like they did come back and then no one cared.
Well, they came back in like an animated sense. Not. I don't think the toy line or any of that stuff.
Okay.
And here's the thing: I'm not sure who again greenlit being like, oh yeah, you know they haven't been around 10 years. Nobody cares about them. Yeah, let's make a show about them.
I think the Bionicle name is forever. It should be forever dormant now. It had its place. It had its time.
Yeah.
Kids have iPads now, so it's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
much.
but Legos is still wanted. I think you still could make it work. It's just I don't know what you do to it to make it innovative like before. Before it had the wheel and that separated itself from the competitors. But what would you make that's, you know, the most flexible Lego figurine? Because that's the only way I could see it being cool if that thing was just fully fluid. You know what I mean?
Augmented reality. You know how Apple just revealed them like fucking VR glasses and like that augmented reality shit? Now you bring back Bionicle.
Johnny, you are not. Listen, we're talking about profit margins. Toys is what sells. Like
toys don't sell no more nowadays, bro. It's all about technology. How do you incorporate toys and technology?
Let me tell you.
This is why Capcom about to mess up your game.
The way that Bionicle's gonna make their return is that they're gonna be back in kids' meals, and bam, the rest will be history.
Okay, so
resort
back to McDonald's toys. Gotcha.
Yeah, but except now they're gonna be even worse and cheaper.
Actually, we're a Burger King exclusive.
It's just a piece of paper with the picture of a mask on it, being like, "Here's your Bionicle."
It's the golden mask, but they like colored it yellow and shit. Like Asian Baz, little boy.
You guys have any final thoughts on Bionicle?
Rest in peace, Bionicle. You were good for your time. We love you. Stay dormant. Rest easy. Peace.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have a remake of the Burger King video game than a return of Bionicle.
That's the most foul
Why are
thing
you
I've
so
ever
harsh?
heard. That is the most foul thing I've ever heard.
All right, hold on.
Nobody wants to play fucking Sneak King or the go-kart fucking bullshit, bro. No one wants to play that shit.
Why you hating?
Because fuck Sneak King. That game's stupid.
You was repping BK a minute ago.
BK. I'll rep BK. No, I'm not rep BK. That shit made my stomach hurt, bro.
Bro, apparently a lot of things make your stomach hurt.
A lot of things do, but
Yikes.
that's the process of getting older. You realize what your body don't like no more.
Bro, this man is immune.
All right, everybody, go check out Bionicles. Go try to find them on eBay for under $300 if you can, and build up that Bionicle collection because they're gonna be worth some one day. Maybe.
Yeah, give it 2 decades, it'll probably worth like maybe 400 instead.
If you're selling a size 11, I'll take those. It has to be like $200. I'm not paying more than $200.
Yeah, if you like to donate to one crew some Bionicles, we'll do like a little skit with them. You know, we'll do like a live action role play. You know,
We'll LARP. We will LARP.
Bro, I want to see what happens when you kick someone with the face mask attached.
yo.
All right, that wraps up this episode of Remember When. Thank you all so much for listening. Until next time, peace out, Remembers.
Krakatoa.
Remember When is a Sweet Recording production. Check them out at suiterecording.com.
Intro and outro created by our very own Johnny.
Subscribe, listen, and remember to review wherever you are on social media. Thanks for listening.